विश्व अर्थनीति रे पंचम बृहत शक्ति भारत द्रुत अभिवृद्धि पथे देशर अर्थनीति विश्व आर्थिक अभिवृद्धि रे भारतर 15% अवदान रही। मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमिटी बैठक पर प्रतिक्रिया रखिछंती आरबीआई गवर्नर शक्तिकांत दास। एपटे क्रमागत तृतीय थर पर अपरिवर्तित रही रेपो रेट 6.5% अपरिवर्तित रही आरबीआई गवर्नर शक्तिकांत दास। रेपो रेट अपरिवर्तित रखिबा लागि 6 जणिया सदस्य विशिष्ट मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमिटी सर्वसम्मति क्रमे निष्पत्ति ग्रहण करिछि। शक्तिकांत दास कहिसंती अर्थनीति रे भारतर निरंतर प्रगति हेउछि। मुद्रास्फीति को अभिवृद्धिर निर्धारित लक्ष्य सह समांतराल करिबा उपरे ध्यान दै मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी रो 6 जण सदस्यक मध्यरु 5 जण रेपो रेट अपरिवर्तित रखाजिबा सपक्षरे मत दैथिले। गत किछि मास हेब मुद्रास्फीतिर द्रुत अभिवृद्धि संक्रांत रे चिंता व्यक्त करी शक्तिकांत कहिसंती एथिप्रति कठोरता बजाय रखिबाकू केंद्रीय बैंक सजाग रहिछि। पनिपरिबा दर वृद्धि जोगु जुलाई और अगस्त मासरे मुद्रास्फीति हठात वृद्धि पाइछि, किंतु खूब शीघ्र पनिपरिबा दर ह्रास पाई पारे।
That the Indian economy is exuding enhanced strength and stability despite the massive shocks to the global economy in recent years. Our economy has continued to grow at a reasonable pace, becoming the 5th largest economy in the world and contributing around 15% to global growth. We have also made significant progress towards controlling inflation. Our banks remain healthiest in more than a decade, with historically high levels of capital, declining levels of non-performing assets, and rising profitability. Corporate balance sheets are robust, with lower leverage, improving debt servicing capacity, and strong profitability. Lower current account deficit and ample capital flows have imparted strength to our external sector. The resultant accretion to foreign exchange reserves has provided a buffer against external shocks. Overall, India's strong macroeconomic. India is emerging as the new growth engine for the world. In a highly volatile and uncertain world, India is standing out for its resilience and stability. That's the first point I would like to say. Second, monetary policy has made significant progress towards price stability. The recent spike in CPI inflation, as I have already stated in the policy statement and even in the resolution, the recent spike in the CPI inflation caused due to the factors which have been spelled out. So the recent spike in CPI inflation is expected to be short-lived, going by past trends. In such situations, we need to remain watchful and not resort to any knee-jerk reactions. Now, if these spikes, these idiosyncrasies in CPI inflation, particularly food inflation in particular, shows signs of getting generalized, then we may have to act. And then we have to act, and this is what I have also said it in the statement, and we have to go beyond maintaining Arjuna's eye to undertaking actual policy, to deploy actual policy instruments. And let's remember in this context that deployment of policy instruments are not just in terms of rate and stance, there are other ways of dealing with it. We have done a bit with regard to the incremental CRR today. The third point is with regard to incremental CRR. This was considered necessary in the background of the liquidity overhang. It's desirable, we considered it desirable in the interest of price stability and financial stability. It will have an impact on the inflation situation also. And as I said, it's a purely temporary measure and it will be reviewed on 8th September or earlier. We will ensure, as we have said, that there is adequate liquidity available in the system to meet the credit needs of the economy. We have done our internal assessment. If you recall, I paused during the statement and I said that we have done our internal assessment, and our assessment show that there will still be adequate liquidity left with the banking system to undertake their, to maintain their lending activities which they have been doing. And let me also add that we are sensitive to the cash requirements ahead of the festival season, which should be kicking in, let's say, in the latter part of September or early October. On the liquidity situation, let me add that there are at times pressures on liquidity due to overall there is surplus because of, particularly because of the withdrawal of 2000 rupee banknotes, which